There are a few guarantees in life, but if you're a gardener, one guarantee is that you probably spend more money than you'd like to on the plants that fill up your beautiful garden. There are many ways to save money on your plants, but one of my favorite is simply overwintering some of my favorite annuals to replant the following season. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I do just that. I'll be speaking specifically about Sunpatiens because that's one of the things that I love and I overwintered. But the strategies that I'm going to give you will work with pretty much any annual that you might want to save. Let's dig in. So if you're not familiar with Sunpatiens, they were a hybrid of the typical New Guinea impatient that was bred by cicada to withstand more sunlight and get bigger, fuller, more beautiful plants. I love Sunpatiens and I use them everywhere. I plant them up my walkway in combination with petunias. I put them in hanging baskets and I put them in some of the pots on my deck. Every year I order wholesale Sunpatiens that come in teeny tiny little plugs. This is an example of one that I've had up potted in this pot for about a month. It came to me in a wholesale plant that was about this big. So you can see the difference between these that I overwintered and these that I just bought. So by overwintering some of my plants, I'm able to save quite a bit of money on my annual flowers. Last fall, when the temperatures were starting to drop and I knew that my Sunpatiens were in danger of being killed off by the frost, I went through my pots and hanging baskets and I took as many plants as I could and I crammed them into just a plain old used nursery pot. I filled the bottom of the pot with a little bit of sterile potting soil. I crammed as many plants in as I could, and then I filled up the top of the plants with some more sterile soil. Then I brought those newly potted plants to my heated greenhouse. I cut everything back. I didn't fertilize until probably about February, where I added just a tiny bit of slow release fertilizer to help wake them up as the temperatures were going to start to warm. Then the end of April, I took the potted plants out of the greenhouse after all of the danger of frost had passed. I started fertilizing them, but I left them in an area that has just dappled sunlight so that they could wake up and start to grow to what you see now. Now these should have been separated and planted probably 3 weeks ago, but as a busy mom, sometimes I'm a little behind schedule. I'll post a video on how to do that when the time comes this fall. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. This year when I ordered my wholesale plants, I only ordered one color because I knew that I had this pot full of different colors that would look nice together in my big pot in front of my house. So now I'm going to take these out of the pot and separate them into individual plants so that they can be replanted. Let's see what we've got. Here we go. Just going to give it a little roll, loosen things up a little bit, and I'm going to try to slide these babies out. Okay, there we go. They're free. Now I have a better look at the bottoms of the plants and I can see where to separate each individual plant. Now you want to do this gently to prevent as much damage as possible. All right, there's one. Now you can see the difference between this plant that was overwintered and the one that I ordered wholesale. Two. I'm going to work from the outside all the way around and then do the middle. Three. 4, 5, 6, 6, 7. Now these could be divided further, but my goal is to have them really look full and beautiful in their new homes. So now I'm going to take these around to where I'm going to plant them, and we're going to talk about my favorite new garden tool. It looks like it is going to rain, so I had to be kind of quick here, but I threw all of those babies that I split up into this big pot, which you can see is about double the size width-wise of the one that I had overwintered them in, and of course depth-wise it's about 3 times the size. So they have plenty of room to grow and get big and beautiful this summer. I threw one petunia in with it just for fun, and now you and I are going to run an experiment. This is my new favorite garden tool. It's called a Rotoshovel. I got this as a gift from my mom, and on a day like today when it is super hot and looks like it's about to rain, this is going to save me a ton of time and energy and get me inside before the rain starts. This is an automatic handheld shovel with auger. It's not very expensive, and I have to say, I think it is fantastic. Now, while Sunpatiens are definitely one of my favorites, you may be wondering if they're worth the extra money. This white New Guinea impatient was $6 at my local Home Depot, but a Sunpatient of about the same size would probably cost you $8 or $9. Now, the difference of $2 or $3 probably doesn't sound like a lot, but most people don't buy one annual. They buy 10 or 15 or 20 or even 30. So the difference in price really does add up. So I thought it would be fun if we ran an experiment. We're going to plant this New Guinea impatient next to one of my baby wholesale impatiens. Now you can see there is a huge difference in the size of these two plants at the time of planting, but I believe that this Sunpatient is going to outperform this New Guinea impatient by the end of the season. Plus, we're going to use my favorite new garden tool to get these guys planted so I can hopefully make it in before the rain starts. This Rotoshovel is great. It goes through most ground like butter. If you have in-ground sprinklers or any other underground pipes, you definitely want to be careful with this. This tool has saved me so much time already this season. Let's get started. So you can see that the Rotoshovel made quick work of planting those two plants. We have the white New Guinea impatient on the left and the pink Sunpatient on the right. Please ignore my weeds. I have a little weeding to do. I will update you with the progress of both of these plants in the weeks to come. And it looks like we made it just before the rain. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day.